Hi guys, I thought that we would can us some chili. I had 10 pound of burger that I bought, and I thought, well, I don't really want to can no more plain burger. Winter's coming up. Let's can something that we would just use the far out of, and that's chili. And I've already got it fried and drained. Oh, there's a drop of oil in it, but not enough for nothing. And this is the 8515, and it's really super. It's heavy. It's full. And I didn't get as much fat off that as you'd think. Here's all the fat that come off of that. And yeah, that's a bunch, but it ain't as much as you'd have thought it was. It's probably about I'd say it would fill a pint jar. But anyway, now what you're going to need to can this chili is you need your hamburger and your fixings, and you're going to need lids and rings. And for myself now, I'm going to need a can opener, and you're going to need your jars, and I've got 13 jars over here ready to go. And it might look dull, but that's calcium buildup from being canned in, and I didn't use no vinegar in the water because it's rough on your lids and rings. It'll make your lids and rings rust, and I just soon have cloudy looking jars than have rusted lids and rings, because now anybody that's doing any canning knows that them jokers are getting hard to get a hold of. But now a lot of my jars is beautiful. Well, till I use them this time. All right, now, and you'll need you've got to have a pressure canner. Here's my pressure canner. It holds 7 quarts. It's a 7-quart jars. It's a 16-quart canner volume. And here is mine. Will be on 10-pound pressure for 90 minutes. And instead of opening my tomato juice and stuff, this was on sale today, and I grabbed 2 of them. And I grabbed some kidney beans and some crushed tomatoes and some little diced tomatoes and green chilies. Them will be pretty warm. But I mean, that's a lot of burger. It's a lot of stuff that's getting mixed up in. These are light kidney beans. Them are dark kidney beans, red. I got 2 cans each of them. And I also got a can of petite diced tomatoes. And I got 2 of them. And I got 2 of the little hot tomatoes. And I won't drain them. I'm just going to open them and dump them in and get them going. And this was just 49 cents a pack. So I bought 9 packs. And I also bought a fresh thing of chili mix. And I like a lot of chili powder in my chili. And now these can be considered chili ready to eat, because I forgot to put the onion in. Well, I got the onions, forgot to fry them in with the burgers. And it don't matter. Don't amount to a hill of beans. So you can either use this for like a chili starter, or for myself, if I get enough out of it, I'll probably just open a couple of jars or whatever, and we'll have chili. All you need then is just your crackers, and you're pretty much good to go, because everything's going to be in it. And this is completely different from my other chili. I make 2 or 3 different kinds of chili. I love chili. I make what's called a chili soup too. It's this right here. I'll normally use, homemade, home-canned tomatoes. And I put macaroni in it, and I call it chili soup. I like for it to have a lot of juice in it. Now, this I will want to be about midway. Not juicy, not full of juice like my chili soup, and not real heavy, just meat like my Kentucky chili. That's what I named it. It's Georgia's chili. But anyway, this will be kind of in between the two. And I'm going to get everything open. Get it, hope this big giant, it's 10 high quarts, hoping that will hold it all. And I just want to get it heated up to where it's hot all together, and then I'll get it in the jars, and then we'll go from there. All right, thank you guys. Okay guys, I have got it all, every can. I opened everything, and I mean, she's full. But I used all the chili packs. It's supposed to be 1 pack per pound, but I think I told you already about 9 by accident instead of 10. And I have not put the other chili powder in it because I don't think it needs it. And I put in some crushed red pepper. And I said I wasn't going to fool with an onion, but I got to thinking, well, it's got to process for 90 minutes. So I went ahead and cut up 1 big onion, and I'm putting it in it. And it'll cook in the canner. I ain't worried about it. Now, the USDA book, I just looked to be looking to see, because I hadn't never considered that they might have chili in it, but they do. They have chili con carne in it, but they're only doing pints for 75 minutes. Well, I'm doing quarts, and I'm going to do them just like when I canned my hamburger. I'm going to do them for 90 minutes. And now I can add more onion, do anything I want to when I open these. Even though it's fully cooked, it's full-blown chili, but you can call it a chili starter and add more of everything to it. But you talking about some... Oh, yeah, and a lot of people say, well, I just don't understand why you can meat. Why you do that? Convenience meals, if the electricity goes off, don't have to worry about stuff spoiling in the freezer and trying to cook everything, because I do have a gas stove. This way, there's not a lot of meat in my freezer. They're not enough. Anyway, that's why I convenience meals mostly. But because I don't keep I got a lot of deer meat in there. Well, not a lot. We've been using it. But anywho, in case the juice goes down, and convenience meals and stuff like that. And I need to turn this back on because it ain't hardly hot enough to suit me. And but I just wanted you to see that I opened every single can. Everything's open. I used both of these. Both of them. I used everything I had. Plus added some hot pepper flakes and little bit of salt, not much. And I didn't put in that other pack of chili powder. So it was 4 cans of kidney beans, and I did drain them because I was afraid this couldn't hold it. I mean, I didn't drain them bone dry or nothing, but I drained the worst off real fast. 2 of these, they're probably 32 ounces. No, they're 46 ounces. 2 of the 40, this is delicious, by the way, I tried it. 2 of the petite diced, 2 of the hot pepper, these are 10 ounces. This is probably 14 and a half. Yep, 14 and a half. And then the 1 big crushed tomatoes. How much is it? 28 ounces. 1 pound, 12 ounces. I think that's all of it. And 10-pound hamburger, fried and drained. In case somebody wants to make this particular one, you can add more tomatoes to it. And it ain't bone dry with the grease. There's a little bit was left on it, but not much. I got tired of fooling with it, and it won't hurt nothing no way. But I'll let you back off here, and I'm going to try to warm this up. It don't have to be scalding hot. I don't want it to take the rest of my life to get going in the canner because it's getting kind of late and I have to get up at a little after 5 in the morning to get ready for work. So, I think it's probably 8:30 and the canner has to come up to speed and all that and then process 90 minutes and all that. So, I don't want to be up too god-awful late because it makes for a rough day the next day, doesn't it? Alright then, I'm going to let you guys off here. I was just showing you what I had done and what I was going to do. I'm just letting it get up warmer and then we're going to get it in these jars, get that canner going. Alright, I'll be back. Thank you. Okay guys, I've got it hot as I'm going to fool with it getting. It's pretty warm. It's hot. And I also added, my heart couldn't take it. I put in about 5 tablespoons of Worcestershire because it needed something. And I tell you what, Worcestershire is the best stuff in the world in chili. But let's get these jars filled up, and you want to leave an inch of head space. And I'm going to start filling them here and see where we get to. Now, I'm not a professional canner. I just can suit myself. And I'm going to assume now that because they only had pints listed on that chili con carne, and it basically had the same thing as this in it. Since I only had it listed in pints, they probably don't recommend quarts. But now, my kitchen, my rules. And I know it's fine. I've canned it before. So that should be about an inch of head space right there. And I forgot to tell you, you'll need a clean rag or a paper towel or something other and put some vinegar on it to clean the rims of your jars with, because now you definitely don't want to do all this and your jar's not sealed. And I've got my lids and rings back here. And I just bring my water to a boil and pour it over my lids and rings, and I leave them setting in it. Ooh, water's still too hot to touch, but it is starting to cool now. But it's fine. And before I forget, this is an apron that Kathy Wingate sent me. It's got big old, you can't see them, big wonderful pockets, and it comes, the strings are long enough, look at that it can go all the way around behind me and all the way around the front of me, and I've still got that much to, I look at this one, I got that much good food I can eat and still wear my apron. But it's 100% cotton. What I love about it is because I run my aprons. And this one's the perfect color for fooling around with tomatoes, chili, a lot of the things that I cook and can. And I don't have to worry about ruining it. Because I tell you what, I can make a pretty one ugly real fast. But I mean, in my mind, that's what an apron's for, is to protect your clothing. So I take my apron wearing pretty serious. I don't know why some of these older jars, that's probably an Atlas jar. Nope, it's a ball jar. But you can tell that the top's smaller on it, because that's as far as that'll go down in it. But now the lids and rings still fit. Well, they always have so far. Well, I know if that one was over, it's been used, because I had it in my cabinet where I have had something canned in it, and I've obviously used whatever was in it. But now that's as far as that'll go. Now you watch this one. Look at that. Goes all the way. Versus just part of the way. And that one, that's as far as she'll go. And it'll go all the way down in this one. But I think what it is, I think the glass is real thick on that one. I think the outside circumference is probably the same. It's the inside circumference is tighter because the jars are, Lord, they're 100% thicker than the newer jars. Them antique ones are. You probably throw one across the yard and not break it. I don't want to test it, but I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't break. And that's the truth. Well, I'm hoping that I'm gonna have a. I never thought about can't do but 7 jars at a time. I may have to get 2 canners going, which that's fine with me as long as you know, as long as I get her done. But I mean, you want more than 14 jars. You want as much as you can get. But I might have more than 14. I don't know. That is a little bit fuller. I think it. I don't know. I don't want to take a chance on it. I'm gonna get me a spoon and I'm gonna dip some of that and back out. Well, before it settles in and gets that jar so hot that I can't stand to hold it. There we go. That's enough. Now let's see. My onions started turning translucent, so they were starting to cook. So I know that they would definitely be cooked after 90 minutes. Anything be cooked after 90 minutes. But that's enough on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I almost got 1 canner load. It holds 7 jars. What I could do is use my big canner and put some pints on top, quarts and pints. But I ain't much on the pints. Not for something like this. I mean, it'd be excellent for one person to have lunch or something. Just open it and warm it up and have at it. But I like to use stuff like this for full-blown meals. If you've got, well, I need my spoon back. Let me see if I got that over full. It's close. Yeah, I probably need to get just a dab out of it. I need to start paying attention to what I'm doing. Now, I'm not going to hold you on here any longer. You can see what I'm doing. I'm filling my jars. And then I'll be back here in a few minutes. Thank you. Okay, guys, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 quarts. Here's my vinegar. And I wanted to show y'all, I got these at Ace Hardware a while back. And I hadn't had to use them yet. I'll only use them when I have to. Like, if I can something else, I might not, you know, it's easy to not know if jars look the same, you know. And this is chili, and I'll label it. And it's got 60 dissolvable labels. They're made by Ball. And I've not tried them yet, but I'm going to give them a whirl. I don't remember how much it was. 3 something, I think. But here it is. Let's get these lids, or rims rather, cleaned up and get them ready to rock and roll. And now I was talking about, you know, my rules, my kitchen. And I didn't mean to sound there a bit rude, because that's just not who I am. But there's a lot of things that the government or whoever, USDA, agriculture, whatever, maybe they've not got around to testing it in quarts. I don't know, but I know that I have, and I know it works just fine. And so I will can it for me and mine. And I was saying I wouldn't want to hurt nobody. Well, the last person on the planet I'd want to hurt would be one of my family members. Even if I was out to get everybody, it wouldn't be them. So I just wanted to explain myself a little bit there. And when you think you ain't got nothing on them rims, yes you do. More than you think. Look at that. But I'm going to go back over this one a little bit better. see if I got it all off. Yep. So, put the lid on this before I spill it. And I'm going to have to either put 4 jars and save them till tomorrow or get out another canner. And I will probably let them sit here and cool and put them in the fridge and just come home and can the other 2, 4, 6, 7, other 3 jars. I'll probably just can them tomorrow instead of having 2 canners going, because that's my fastest burner as far as hottest burner. That's why I caught the fastest one. And I just don't want to, it feels like 2, but it's just 1. I don't want to have to wait on another one because it is going to get late on me. And now these got some rust on top of them, but they're brand new lids, never been used. And I've got a few people asking me, well, do you reuse lids? I do. And I always have. Always. I don't know, it's just something I always done. My aunt did. I don't know if I'm sure Mommy did. I'd say that she probably used them for sauerkraut or something that was fermenting. It didn't matter. But now, I know a lot of people that's always just reused them, especially old people, you know. And I do. If they're not damaged no way, no how, I reuse them. And I've never had a problem out of one. If it had a problem, it had a problem already, and I didn't notice it. But I've never had an issue with it. And no, I'm not condoning or recommending or anything else. You do what you want to do. But if they're not damaged, no way, no how. But these are bad looking, but they are new. I reuse them. And, boy, times are getting tough on being able to find a, lids right now. So, I'm glad it's not something that I'm just now trying out. I'm glad it's something I've always done, and I feel secure doing it, because nobody can afford to waste all this energy and work fixing something like this and then it not seal and lose your food after you work so hard on it. Let me feel like it. No, that's just fine. But 4. I'm not doing it too tight. It's that ring. 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7. What you doing, Mooch? What's doing, baby? Let's get these. Oh, well, I wanted to show you too right quick. Let me turn the camera around a little down here. I want to show you. If this was plumb bumping full, you all saw it. And this is all that was left. That little tiny bit right there. Basically just bite. And I'll probably eat it here in a few minutes. Figure out where to set it. Get over, get my canner on. And I put hot water in it and it's still warm. Get that lid out there. Got to wash it. I gotta wash this big dish pan, because that's what I put my lid on top of that after I cooked my hamburger, and I set my dish pan on the floor, and I kept the lid slid back just a quarter of an inch, and I drained all that fat off. Ain't them pretty? I want you to look. That chili, honey. And I'm going to get them in that canner right there now. They're not too, the water ain't too cold and they're not too hot. They'll go in there. I tell you what, this winter when you come home sliding on snow and ice and tired and exhausted, mentally just had it and just can't stand the thoughts of cooking. I love to cook, but I tell you what, after a long day, sometimes my legs just ain't up to it, standing over here. And my heart ain't in it and all that. You know how it is. You all cook too. Open one of these on a cold night. Throw you some cheese in it, some crackers. Ain't got a worry in the world. Turn on a good movie or open up a good book and chill out. Alright, now we got our 7 quarts in there. And I'm going to get my lid on. And if I can find right here. Let's see. Close is that way, open is this way. So here's, I got my tricks all in there. And I done looked in my hole. I know it's wide open. That turns in that way. And there we go. And snap her down. She's on there like she's supposed to be. I like to get it kind of level under there though and make sure I got level on the heat. And here is my 10 pounds. That's 5 pounds. And that's 5. And I took the other one off. It's laying over here in the dish drainer. And whenever it comes up and starts steaming, and I know I say this every time, but just in case nobody's caught one of the other videos and they don't know and they're real tentative and worried about using a canner maybe for the first time, maybe this will help with some of their fear. After it comes up and it starts steaming a steady stream of steam, then you count down 10 minutes. Now this is for my area, your area, anywhere you are. That is a must. Because what that's doing, that steam is pushing all the air out of your canner. And that's how you get it under pressure. But after that's a steady stream of steam, then you count down 10 minutes. Then you get your weight on top of it. And once it starts jiggling, then you start to count down. And I'll put it on 1.5 hours, 90 minutes. Alrighty then. And I'm just waiting on it to come up to temperature. I've got it on high drive. And I'm going to let these other, I'm going to put rings on these other 3 jars when they're cool. I'm just going to sock them in the fridge and I'll run them through the pressure canner tomorrow. Alright, I'll be back. Thank you. And I like that I can adjust. I don't know really how to do it. I don't know if I'm supposed to tie it or what. But I feel comfortable tying it. Alright, I'll be back. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your patience putting up with me. I just wanted to show you all it just now started steaming. It's sporadic. It's not steaming a steady stream. I guess the air's blowing on it too. Let me see if I can. The air's just kicked on. But see how it's not steady. When it gets to a steady, straight up steam, that means there's a lot of pressure in there then. Pushing the last of that air out. Then I'll start my 10-minute countdown. Alright, thank you guys. Okay guys, we've got less than a minute to, when this 2:12 turns to 2:13, because even though I ain't set the clock still keep time. There goes 2:13. And I want you to see, look over my dirty stove. Let's see if I've got, alright, there, that popped up back there. While I was walking toward it, I wanted you to see it pop up. It just knowed I was coming and popped up. And there she is. And Once it starts diddling, it shouldn't take it all day long to diddle either. Once she starts, then 90-minute countdown is, and when 90 minutes is up, we'll just turn her off and let her cool naturally. And I'll give it as long as I can before I have to go to bed, children. And if I have to go to bed, just have to go to bed, and we'll get her out in the morning and look at her. But I'm hoping I won't have to. I don't know what time it is. Let's see what time it is. 9:30. It's going to be 11 o'clock before it gets done. I'd have to wait till at least 11:30. I may and I may not. Who knows? According to how tired I am. Because I've got my second wind. I'm feeling froggy. I've got most of the dishes and the mess cleaned back up. I want to show y'all something too. These jars right here, this, for the life of me, I can't remember what was in it. These are called lug lids. And here's one that had, I just washed it. Had a Prego spaghetti sauce in it. And I can in these too. I was going to see if I could. Yeah, I have to move I have to move all these heavy cans to get to it. I heard a jar. Oh, that's these I got sitting in the floor. Got them sitting on the thing to cool down. Let me see if I can find one right fast. I'll be right back. Now, they're in these boxes. I'll get one out and show you later. They're little fat jars like these that had sauerkraut in them. And they're perfect for tomato juice. And I've got, I don't know how many cans with tomato juice in them. And they're fine. They're perfect. And they'll hold the seal just as long as them will. And, yes, and you can pressure can too. What I tend to do is if it had tomato in it, that for sure, I'll try to put another tomato product in it, or a jelly or something like that. And if it had kraut canned in it, because them had been through pressure, all of these have been through pressure if they're commercial. I put tomato juice in because those just absolutely perfect jars. And they're just the second or third box down, but 12 jars each box. And they'd have to be lifted out. All right then, kids, I'll be back. I was just letting you know that you can. Now, some people say you can use the jars and can't reuse the lids. But I do. I mean, that's thick, heavy rubber that ain't a bit of damage to it. And if there's damage to it, it wouldn't. But there's a dirty spot I missed. Well, I don't know if that's dirt or not. Yeah, no. It's a dabburn mosquito. I just washed that. It's a dabburn mosquito. Well, rinse that out. I got him out. He was dead. All right, then. I shall return. Thank you. Hey, guys. I'm back. It is time to turn the heat off on it. I'll go down low. And let it cool down and watch it. It'll, well, I've showed y'all that it stops diddling pretty quickly. And, it's late. I'm going to have to, it's after 11. I'm going to have to leave it till in the morning and then get it out. See, it's already quietening down. But, we will look at these in the morning. And thank y'all for bearing with me. See you in the morning. Good morning, guys. Let's get these, this chili out of the canner and see what we got. It's cool. Well, I mean, it's actually still warm. But this button is down. So, that means there's no pressure on it. And let's take a look at it together here. It's still good and warm, though. The jars are too hot for me to hold, but the lids aren't. Gosh, it is beautiful. Already sealed. Tighten the rings back up. This is my dish rag from my washing everything chili last night. I hung it up to dry so I put in dirty clothes, so I guess we're going to use it to wipe the jars off. Man, this stuff is beautiful. And it's going to have a little grease on top of it right there. But that's where I didn't drain it perfectly bone dry. And it can be dipped off when you open it if you don't want any on it. And I could have done a little bit better, but like I said, it can be dipped off. Ooh. Now, I forgot to tell you all in former videos that whenever, well, I done, there it comes, that whenever I take them out of the canner, even though, now it's sealed. See here, I still leave the rings on for 24 hours before I take them off. And when I get it out of the canner, I'll tighten them up. And you have to do that because they get loose. They work loose. But Lord have mercy, that chili's beautiful. Pretty stuff. Let's see. Let's get another few out. I had a little bit of a siphoning or whatever has happened. But, and that lid was loose. Ring was loose. It's sealed. But that's just where it had the grease on it. As long as they seal, don't expect them to come back unsealed, because now they probably will not. That is a nil to none likelihood. But here's one that you can see has siphoned a little bit. But let's see if it's sealed. Nope, that didn't seal. Now that's one I'll have to either recan whenever I do them other 3 jars, or just use it, one or the t'other. And I don't know why. I might not have had the band tight enough. I mean, might have had it. I know I didn't have it too tight. That one didn't seal. Sealed. Let's get this other one that hadn't sealed out, so we know what they are. It's just something that happens occasionally. It's sealed now whenever I touched it, but we're going to set them to the side so we'll know. Hear it? Didn't seal. And they're too hot to put in the refrigerator. I'll just leave them sitting here where it's cold. It's real cool in here. And aren't those gorgeous? And I'll recook them or I'll use them immediately. Here is our chili, folks. And I thank you for everything that you say and do, and for putting up with me and letting me in your kitchen, and all your comments, encouraging me and being so sweet and kind. And making some chili and put it up. You talking about handy, honey. Thank you. Until next time. Thank you.